Guys, welcome to our down streaming series. I promise you that this series, wow, it's going to be very comprehensive. And by the end of this series, guys, wow, you're going to be able to become a down streaming ninja. Now, I'm going to put this up for you guys here. What you're seeing on the screen is our house washing system. Step number 1, connect to water supply. Number 2, home and plant protection, something you see us do a lot when we're out in the field. Number 3, you're going to do a walkthrough. Number 4, the 5 around. Of course, you guys hear me talk about this all the time. Marketing, picking up the neighbors when you guys are out there actually doing the jobs. Number 5 is when we're actually doing the house itself. We're going to spray our hot sauce, then rinse it off. Number 6, this is when we get the client and do a final walkthrough with them. And then finally, number 7 is we collect payment. And then finally, number 8, we ask for that awesome 5-star Google review. Don't worry, guys. I am going to, throughout this series, we're going to be talking a lot about this house washing system. You don't have to write this down right now, because basically every single one of these episodes that we're going to be doing out in the field together is going to be about the 8-step approach, this system, house washing system, so you guys can get out there. Because remember, guys, it's all about that quality of service. Gonna help you tremendously out there with your branding. Also, these videos are going to be a little bit longer than most of my videos, because guys, there's going to be very little editing. It's going to be all with the GoPro, because I want you guys right there. I want you guys inches away from that wall with me. I want you guys to feel like you're washing that house with me. And then, so, you know, I'm not doing any time-lapse video or anything like that. And then also, in this intro, I'm going to show you guys how I make my house washing mix. So I'm going to use the same intro for all the videos, because, you know, otherwise it's going to get very, very, very boring for you guys, because it's going to be repetitive. But all you got to do is copy this formula exactly. Of course, if you want to know more about the chemicals and everything that we use, watch episode 10. But I'm going to show you guys today how I batch mix my house mix. Now, most of you guys, like 95% of you guys, are going to be batch mixing. When you batch mix, it just means that you are actually pre-making the house solution that you're going to need for that day. And what I recommend you guys as new guys is you're going to need about 10 gallons of mix per house. So if you have 3 houses to wash that day, I would recommend you make about 30 gallons of mix. And then also, as a new guy, do not make mix for multiple days. I recently had one of you guys reach out to me and said that you had pre-made your house mix for 2 weeks. That's a big mistake, because, you know, this SH, guys, it does not last forever. It loses strength. So you want to make sure that you're making your mix no later than, let's say, no more than 2 or 3 days at a time. So the mix you make for Monday should last you Monday, Tuesday, maybe. By Wednesday, you're making new mix. So let's get into this. Now, in order to make your mix, you're going to need one of these. It doesn't have to be metal like mine. This is a cooking cup, okay? A measuring cup. You're just going to order that on Amazon. It costs like, I think I paid like $5 or $6 for this. I chose metal just because, you know, I drop stuff all the time and I don't want it to break. But anyway, so this is what I refer to when I'm telling you a cup. So a cup of surfactant. Now, the surfactant I use right here, you can see it, is Snapmonade. I mentioned this, I don't even know how many times now. If you use a different surfactant, that's fine. Okay, if you use Eliminator or Southern Draw from 𝐂𝐠𝐑, that's fine, as long as you are using a professional commercial grade surfactant. Again, the one that I use is Snapmonade. We order this in like 5-gallon pails. I have probably right now here at the shop about 40 or 50 gallons of this stuff. So here you go. So when you're going to batch mix, this is a 55-gallon vertical tank. Now, today we're going to be downstreaming 4 houses, okay? 4 houses. So I'm going to make 30 gallons. Now, here's the thing. I only actually need about 25 gallons. That's really what I rock. That's really what I take out into the field with me on a daily basis, is about 25 gallons of pre-made mix. You guys are going to need a little bit more like I explained, but I always like to take a little bit extra because 6, 7 out of 10 times I'm picking up neighbors. So you guys got to take that into account. In your case, I am using my hose here, my transfer pump hose, but in you guys' case, you're actually going to carry like the gallon jugs. Make sure that you carry a little bit extra with you in case you miscalculated and you need to make some mix on the fly. And then also if you pick up the neighbor, okay? So anyway, I've already put in this tank right here in the back here, I've already put 15 gallons of SH. Remember, SH, guys, stands for sodium hypochlorite, aka bleach. Now, you're going to make what's called a 50-50 mix. So that means that the mix is going to be half water and half bleach. In my case here, I am making 30 gallons of pre-made mix, batch mixing, okay? So I've already put in this tank right here, guys. The tank was bone dry. So what I did already is I put 15 gallons of SH in here. Okay, you guys got that? It's got 15 gallons of SH. I need 30 gallons. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to fill this up. All I got to do is turn this on right here. You guys can see here, look, nothing but water. You see that? Now I'm running nothing but water. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on screen right here, but I got a little black line here where my hand is. Anyway, that's the 30-gallon mark right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, this is very important, your surfactant, you're going to put a cup for every 10 gallons, okay? A cup for every 10 gallons. Actually, really easy math, right, guys? So you see me here, look. Again, this is snot monade, cherry-scented snot monade. So there you go. 1, that's 1 cup. 2 right here. I love this stuff, guys. The reason why I don't use a lemonator is because to me, a lemonator smells too much like bleach. And this right here, oh man, guys, if you guys get the cherry scented, oh man, guys, it smells like cherry Kool-Aid. You guys remember drinking Kool-Aid as kids? So anyway, that's my third right there. And that's it right there, guys. So remember, you're using a cup, a measuring cup for every 10 gallons of mix. So if I was making 50 gallons, it would be 5 cups. If I was making 20 gallons, it'd be 2 cups. If I was making 25 gallons, it'd be 2.5 cups. If I was making 35 gallons, it would be 3.5 cups. So that's super easy. And then you got to, oh, I'm about like half an inch away from reaching my mark here of 30 gallons and my mix is done. So I'm going to hold this right here. Again, look, just water. And this is what's called a 50-50, and that's it. That's done. So there you have it, guys. This is the same mix. Now, on this truck, I have a roof pump, and I can transfer. I have a metering system, and I can transfer chemicals as needed. But, of course, you guys starting out, you're not going to have that. 99% of you guys are going to be batch mixing, and that's how you're going to do it, guys. 50-50 mix. Half water, half bleach, and then you're going to put 1 cup of surfactant for every 10 gallons of mixture. And then the final thing I'm going to leave you with is this. If you are getting your bleach at Walmart or Home Depot, you're going to run that straight. You guys got that? If you're getting at Home Depot or Lowe's, you're going to run that straight because you cannot trust what that ratio says on a bottle. More likely, if it says 10% or 11% or 12%, whatever it says on a bottle, expect it to be a lot less than that because, again, guys, you don't know how long that's been sitting in a warehouse somewhere, right? My SH gets delivered to me every Monday fresh. And then that whole week, we go through 500-600 gallons of SH, and then on Monday they deliver another 500-600 gallons for me. So we're always using brand spanking new fresh SH. So I recommend you guys do that. You're going to run it straight if you're getting it from Lowe's or Home Depot. But if you're getting commercial grade SH, like from a chemical supply company or maybe a pressure washing supply company, something along those lines where you know your SH is really good and it's strong, then you're going to want to cut it because you'll be spraying 2 like chemical that is too strong, and then plus you're going to be going through a lot of chemicals. So there you have it, guys. This is how I make my mix. Guys, I do not change my mix for nothing. This is how every single one of my trucks goes out every day, and we use the same mix. Remember, quality comes from consistency, guys. So get out there, work this system, and make sure that above everything else, you do it exactly as I tell you, because you're going to be able to reach that same quality as well. Now let's get out there and wash some houses. Okay guys, let's do another quick walkthrough here so I can show you what we got going on. As always, home in-plant protection. That's why we cover the ring camera. And then of course we already connected to water supply. You guys can see here how much algae is on this house. It's actually really bad up there. And there's only two sides here that are really bad. This side here, you can see a little bit of the algae right around here, and then here you can really see it really well. Look at that, all the way up. So this house here is actually in one of our, what's it called, HOA neighborhoods, and that's how we got it, because they got a letter from the HOA, and the letter just tells them, you know, on there, call this company, we have an agreement with this company. And so the houses here in this neighborhood are $299 because of our agreement. So it's very convenient for us to do that, because every year we are doing, you know, over 300 houses in this neighborhood. This neighborhood has over 800 houses about. And you know, as per the agreement, normally this house would be about 429-ish, 450. It's a 2,800 square foot house. But again, because of the agreement, it's $299. Now this you won't be able to see really well on camera because there's a little bit of algae, but it's not that bad. So like I tell you guys, you know, we're going to start in our dirtiest side. Now, their basement stairwell needs to be done. I already took a picture of it. We sent it to the homeowner to see if we can upsell that. But again, they got a violation letter from their HOA, and that's why we're here. So we're going to take care of the primary concern first. But there you go. Always remember your home and plant protection. So I taped up all the outlets, and also, you know, this right here is the AC unit. So again, we don't want to get any of our solution behind there. It's going to affect the electricity there. And so make sure you pay attention to that, and that you guys are following the system. So let me go ahead and do my 5 rounds, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. See you guys on the other side. All right guys, I want to show you this real quick. I just got done. You see that right there on the neighbor's door. I did the 5 rounds here with all the, we're in a cul-de-sac. I think there was 6-7 houses. I did them all. So again, every house I go to, guys, that's what I'm doing. I'm working the system, right? That's why we're doing this downstreaming series for you guys, so you guys can know what system to use when you're out there. Now, the other thing about downstreaming, remember, you want to start at your dirtiest side, and the dirtiest side is the front. With this is kind of like a tie. So we're going to do these 2 sides first, this side here where we are, and then the front side, and then kind of go clockwise around the house. Remember, you always want to start in the side with your fan tip. Practice the techniques that we've been talking about all throughout this series. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is this. So we've been talking a lot this series, downstreaming series. We've been talking a lot about, you know, different marketing tactics and techniques. You know, I've been showing you guys the 5 rounds and the different ways of getting customers. Now, I'm not gonna talk so much about marketing from here on out. Of course, you know, we have our marketing series, which was episodes 51 through 59 that you can, you know, binge watch there on the channel, and those will help you out. But what I wanted to focus on for the remainder of the series, we only have what, this episode and I think 2 more after this. What I want to focus on is pricing. And the reason for that being is because that is by far the #1 mistake that you guys make. Okay, I want you guys to notice, you see how I don't turn my gun off? Not turning my gun off saves me, you know, 10 to 15 minutes every house. You know, well, let's say about 10 minutes max, but you know, these are the techniques, the 3 techniques that I showed you guys. It's going to save you time. All right, so anyway, going back to my point, we're going to be talking about pricing a lot. Sorry guys, the sun's right there. No, it's affecting your field of vision, but the sun is right above this house, so there's not much I can do there. This is right here is fake what's it called, fake stone, faux stone. Ooh, a little bit of algae right there on the windowsill, and the window frame also has a little bit of mildew. But anyway, I have often said this to you guys, that pricing is the #1 mistake that you guys, you as new guys, you're making out in the field. Because, oh, that's really dirty. You know, you're out there, you're excited to get work, and you're just giving out, you know, your work basically almost for free. You guys got to remember, you guys noticed or pay attention to the fact that I have not turned my gun off, I don't think, since we started. And that's what I want you to practice, okay? But anyway, so back to pricing. Guys, you gotta make sure that you're getting your pricing right. Because, oh, now I'm gonna switch to my shooter tip. Remember guys, I've mentioned this all throughout the series. I use shooter tip number 5. Shooter tip number 5. So anyway, when your pricing isn't right, you create like a ripple effect, like a negative ripple effect within your company that is going to affect, you know, how you hire people, the type of people you can have. It's going to affect, you know, let's say marketing, equipment that you can have. It's going to create like a really negative, like cascading negative effect for you. And I don't want to see you guys go through that. So make sure that you're getting your pricing right. That's very important. Ooh, right there. So let's let that sit for a little bit. Now let's go to the other side here. Ooh, a little bit windy today, guys. The other technique is not switching your tips too often. You'll see that throughout this house wash as well. Now I'm using my what's it called, my shooter tip to do a little bit of the touch-ups here, just like so. There you have it. A little bit windy, and then also the sun, because it's exactly high noon, as they call it, right? So the sun is like right above me, which is not ideal for recording, but I always like bringing you stuff that's a little bit different. And it's not very often that I get one of these houses. Usually, you know, we'll send multiple teams. Oh, let's get this top here. Multiple teams in, because it's such a big neighborhood. At one point last year, we had 6 trucks all in the same day here in this neighborhood. That's how many houses we did in the springtime here. Just a tremendous amount of houses. And you know, oh, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I might not have mentioned this in the beginning. So this is our #1 neighborhood with Mr. Bubbles. I mean, we do such a tremendous amount of homes here because the HOA, because of our agreement, we're even on their website. You know what I mean? They're like community website. So, but anyway, so let's go back to pricing, right? Of course, you know, I've mentioned this. I have a, ooh, sorry about that, guys. Hope you didn't get too much sauce there on the camera. I want you guys to be able to see what I got going on. You guys always have to be careful. You see that, guys? So they have parsley. I think that's some kind of melon of some kind that they're... I know that that's tomatoes, some kind of melon. But anyway, I don't want to get any sauce on that. So in order to control better the sauce, I'm going to go closer to the wall. That's the technique there. You see that? Closer to the wall. So anyway, I was saying that, you know, we have a pricing guide for you guys that you guys can use as like a cheat sheet for your business. That's going to, you know, help you out tremendously. And of course, you know, there's no cost for that. You can just email me and we will email you a 2-page PDF that you can just print out and, you know, use it as a guide, right, when you're out there pricing jobs. And this is going to be a huge benefit to you guys because you don't have to second guess it. You know, what you want to do is don't charge anything lower than what's on that list. All right. So the great thing about that blueprint, the pricing blueprint that I'm talking to you guys about, the great thing about that, guys, is that it's got everything on there, from roof wash, soft washing, downstreaming, which is what we're doing right now. And it's got solar panels, gutter cleaning prices on there. I just switched to my shooter tip, just like that. Look at that. With the veggies right behind me, you see that? So now I'm gonna hit it here. And then I'll wrap around and I'm gonna do some touch-ups, right? Because remember, the house wash is divided in 3 phases, which is the first phase is the sauce phase, is the phase we're in. Second phase is touch-up. This is where you're gonna use your shooter tip to touch up spots that are still, you know, green and black and full of mildew or algae or whatever, that are more resilient to your solution, right? And touch-up phase is not like you're trying to redo the whole wall or the whole house. That is not the purpose of the touch-up phase. It's just literally that. It's called spot treating, right? So you're spot treating. You're just treating certain spots. That's it. And then when there's no more organics anywhere on this wall, then we switch over to our, you know, our rinse and hose everything down. And by the way, I don't switch. I have not mentioned this at all. For a fact that I have not mentioned this at all during this series. So I wanted to clarify this. So I don't switch to water via my tips. Okay? If you notice my J-rod right here, look, my J-rod has only 2 tips, and they're both soap tips. Okay, none of them are water tips. So how I switch from soap to water is I walk to my truck. You guys remember in the intro, I was standing by the tank there, and you saw how we did our solution, right? Okay, so what I do is when I switch to water, I'm sorry guys, a little bit windy. I'm trying to avoid the SH a little bit, but it's a weird angle right there. I'm trying to get that vent up there. So literally what I do is I walk to the tank, I walk to the truck, and I take the siphon tube out of the chemical and I put it in the water. And then I continue to use the same tips, the soap tips. And the reason for that being is because then now I am rinsing out my downstream injector. I'm clearing all of the solution out of my, you know, out of my pump, out of the injector, out of the fittings. Ooh, there's a spot right there that was right there, full of mildew right there. And see this wall right now, guys, what I'm doing is spot treating this wall. All right, now we're gonna spot treat the front. Remember, we hit the front with one coating. Look at that, it's still pretty bad. Now this is the second basically the second time we're doing it, and we're having to do the whole wall. Look at that. So the front's still pretty bad. Might need one more coating because the algae here, the buildup is pretty bad. There you go. So I was saying that the number one mistake that new guys make is that their pricing is not right. And I wanted to elaborate on that a little bit because, oh, right there. Elaborate on that a little bit because I was saying how, you know, when your pricing is off, guys, it creates a ripple effect, right? Like a ripple negative effect on your business. And so you never have money for anything. Guys, like one day I'm going to do a series. Actually, I'm going to let you guys in on something real quick. Kind of cool that I got brewing for you guys. You know, I'm always coming up with new things for you guys. Well, one of the things that we're going to start at the end of the summer towards the fall, I'm doing a series that's going to be called Toolbox Talks. You guys got that? Toolbox Talks. And we're going to be talking about, you know, like all of the possible things that you know, that you run out into the field, problems, and how to troubleshoot that, right? How to troubleshoot that. And that's my job, you know, with this community, is to give you guys actionable things that you can, you know, apply to your business that's going to make a huge impact on your business, and it's going to make your business better. And that's the point. That's what I want. I want you guys to have a what's it called, a profitable business, right? And we're going to be talking about all of these things. Ooh, that's pretty good. Pretty soon here I'm going to have to switch over to, you guys see how windy it is? It's taken, normally even with my fan tip I'd be able to reach all the way up there, but not today, baby. You know, and how does that relate to new guys? Because I was saying that, you know, as new guys, the number one thing that you guys do, because you don't know, you're just super excited to get jobs. Like, I'll give you guys a good example. I recently saw this post, right? And I'm very rare that I am on Facebook. Like, I'm not a big Facebook. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not even at the halfway point yet. Yeah, I'm gonna check that before I leave. Oh, I got you. I didn't think you were home. Oh, you are. You're. Oh, I got you. Yeah. We'll do a walkthrough. I'm gonna make it look beautiful for you. Okay, hey, this is what like the third or fourth time you use us, right?
Yeah, I try to do every couple of years.
Couple years?
The trees get so green.
Oh, I got you. I'm gonna take good care of you. Oh wow. I'm sorry about that, guys. I thought the client wasn't home. I didn't even knock on the door or anything, because I was told that she wasn't home. Huh. All right. Anyway, going back to what I was saying about new guys. So that's what you want to do, is you want to pay attention to all of these little details, because as a new guy, you go out there and you're just doing jobs real cheaply. So I was mentioning the example of Facebook, right? How I'm not on Facebook like that. And I saw a post on Facebook, like what's it called, pressure washing sort of site, you know, where you know, professionals go on there to say stuff, you know. Okay, that's done. I'm having to hit the wall a little bit more because so much of my solution, guys, is being blown away by the wind. Oh, right there. So I saw in there, like, there was a guy, right? Oh, this is already way better. there was a guy on Facebook, right, that he was like, oh guys, check this out, I just made 200 bucks, this is amazing. And he was talking about how, you know, he did this driveway for $200, but you know, how it took him 4 hours as a beginner. That's awesome. You know, you're out there, you're getting that work, you know, but you're gonna get better. You're gonna develop a system for yourself, and then there's going to come a point where it's not taking you 4 hours to do a driveway, right? That's a bit excessive. Like most professionals, just a standard, you know, 600 square foot driveway, you know, most professionals are going to do that in 30 minutes or less. Guys, you remember how nasty this wall was? Look at it. It's like not one spot on there. Wow, that's looking pretty good. Might have to touch up the front one more time in that side we just came from. So, you know, and I really do want you guys to have, you know, amazing resources, you know, for you to be able to get out there and not make the mistakes that I made. Guys, that's like the real purpose of my channel, is to educate you guys in such a way where you're not going out there and making the mistakes that I made. I don't want you guys to do that. Oh, that looks pretty good. She said something. Oh yeah, the shed roof, you see that, guys? It's full of moss. Wow. But I'll be honest with you, I would recommend her to get a new roof. You guys can't tell from here, I don't think so, but it's already all rotted out right there. But we'll talk to her about it. We got a number of a guy that can do that for her. Wow, guys, back here looks pretty good. You got 2 spots up there of mildew up there towards the roof, and knock this out just like this. One spot was right there and the other one was right above this window, but just in case, we'll put little, you see how the wind just going crazy today, guys. Oh, this back wall here, no more, does not need anything else. So we'll do a quick walk around. We need to give her a price on getting that shed soft wash. Oh, that looks pretty good, guys. That was full of, and I mentioned this before, guys, whenever you see those vents, if they're really black, it means they need to change their AC heating and AC vent, sorry, not vent, filter, guys. Make sure, I'm gonna tell her at the end that she needs to get that done. This looks pretty good. Of course, she's got some tiger striping. We've talked about that in this series, what causes tiger striping. The only way to get that is with a chemical that does not come off. And tiger striping is caused by bacteria and debris that comes down, you know, with rain and stuff from the roof, and it causes those stripes on the gutters. And of course, you know, in our service agreement that we sent to everybody, we explain that those things do not come off. And by the way, if you guys have not received yet our service agreement, just go ahead and email me. We'll send that to you also, you know, so you can, you know, have a service agreement. We actually send it through text, not email. And you know, you just copy it. Like, I'll send this to you via email, and you just copy it on your phone. You send it to yourself, and then you just text it to every single one of your customers. And the service agreement specifies exactly what it is that we're doing and how much we're charging to do it, right? So, you know, on a service agreement, it'll say, you know, hey, like for example, you know, this is a house wash, right? So on the service agreement, it says specifically, this is what the house washing includes, blah, 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 blah. So this is important because you don't want to get to a house and then the person says to you, oh, I thought my roof was included. Well, what do you mean the roof's included? If you have a service agreement, it'll say right there, we're doing XYZ for this price. This is very important, guys, because I can't even begin to tell you the number of times where, like a perfect example, one time I got to a house and the guy was like, oh, let me move my car since you're doing the driveway. And I was like, what? No, I'm not here to do the driveway. My ticket says I'm only here to do the roof. I'm sorry, the house. And the guy was like, no, no, no. He started arguing with me. He's like, no, no, no. I specifically said I wanted the house done as well, blah, blah, blah. This is him, the driveway done as well. So we went back and forth on it. And then, you know, he looked at, and then I said, hey, show me on text there from, you know, our office, your service agreement. And it didn't, you know, no one on there said driveway. And this was like a $350 or $375 wash. That's not include the driveway. That's crazy, right? So, and then he looked at me, he goes, oh man, you know what it is? I was talking to multiple companies and I guess I forgot to ask you guys how much you charge to do the driveway. Bam. So I told him, you know, the driveway is going to be $200 extra, right? And he's like, yeah, go ahead and do that. But if it wasn't for that service agreement, you know, that would have gotten me in trouble there, because then you're playing a game of he said, she said. And in my experience, you know what these people do? Ooh. Trying to see if they're real good, guys. But so there's a spot right here. Well, no, there's like 2, 3 spots that I want to touch up. What most people will do, guys, is they'll just let you, you know what I mean? They'll let you do a job, and then at the very end, you know, they'll say, oh no, I'm not paying you because it was supposed to include this, that, and the other thing. You know what I mean? So make sure you have a service agreement. I don't think we've brought that up yet here on the downstreaming series. So make sure you pay attention to that. And again, like, you don't have to come up with your own. Just go ahead and email us and we will send that out to you. Oh, guys, it's really sunny on this side here. I can't even like trying to see up there. I can't see it. Anyway, this wall's clean. You guys are paying attention to, you know, like how I'm very rare do I let go of the gun. Practice that. Oh, that's a good spot right there. Want you guys to really focus on that. Not changing your tips too often. Not spending too much time on a wall. And right there. Not letting go of the gun too much. Now let's hit this front. We know the other side and this side is perfect. So let's just touch up this one more time just in case, because this right here was actually the worst part of the house. This front part right here. So we'll put a little bit more sauce on it. Let that sit for a little bit. Bam. Looking pretty good. There you have it, guys. So we're ready for the rinse phase. So let me go ahead and switch my system to rinse. We're gonna rinse this down together, and so I'll see you guys on the other side. Guys, quick announcement. I've created a digital product called Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box. Check this out. Okay, so the Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box is actually a thumb drive that we're going to send to you guys to your physical address. And when you get this thumb drive, you're going to see a folder that's called Box in it. And then when you open it, you're going to see all of these files right here, guys, all of these folders. And guys, this thing has over 500 files, anything and everything I've ever created from my business. So all of the blueprints, training modules, documents, all of the things that you guys constantly email me about, you know, your pricing PDF, your for example, you know, your marketing blueprints, anything that you could need for your business is in here. That's why we call it a business in a box. One of the things that I really like about this is, guys, check out all of these pictures. So you have a total of 300 before and after pictures that you guys can add to your website and your Facebook and your Google My Business. And check this out. So there's a folder called Google SEO, and the pictures already have the SEO words in them. And this one photo right here has over 300. This specific folder has 190 pictures, but all in all, it's over 300 pictures. Look at some of these pictures, guys. Amazing before and afters pictures for you guys to be able to add to all of your social medias and whatnot. This is going to help you get a lot of customers. And of course, your edible postcards are on here. And then finally, you got training videos on here as well, guys. Like, for example, the video on how to optimize your Google My Business, the Mr. Bubbles. You got several videos, so they're like training modules. You got all the PDFs. The bottom line, guys, is this. This is going to help you with your business. So don't miss out. Make sure that you email us so you can get your business in a box today. In order to get your business in a box, you just got to hit the link in the description of this video. And I say this all the time on the channel, guys. The more you know, the more you grow. That's how come I decided to create this business in a box, because it has everything in there you need to be able to grow your business. And I really believe that this is going to be a game changer for you. Guys, you do not want to miss out on this one. Okay, so you guys just saw that I sprayed the front and I sprayed that side. Now, I still have about a good like 30 seconds of solution in my line. So I'm just working that out. I wanted to hit these vents really well, because like I said, there was a lot of mildew and a little bit of mold growing right on them. So I'm gonna talk to the owner about that. Oh man, I'm super excited, guys. Another series. Man, I don't know what it is about this series. Of course, you know, it's so funny, guys. Share a little inside baseball with you guys. When I started the Mr. Bubbles channel, I never envisioned that I was going to be doing any of this stuff. You know what I mean? I thought I'd just be out there creating content, you know, interacting with you guys. Because a pet peeve of mine that I've had in the past in the past is when I've reached out to content creators and, you know, I didn't hear back from anybody, and most content creators don't really make themselves accessible to their community, and I did not want that. I did not want that at all. I wanted to make myself accessible to you guys and give you guys, like, you know, truly lab tested stuff, and let you know everything, good or bad, everything that's going on and what we're doing about it and why we're doing it this way as opposed to some other way, and all of that stuff, right? That's why, like the downstreaming series, you literally, I don't have to tell you how to make the chemical. I showed you, like, step by step how I do it, you know, explain to you. Right now, is my way the only way in the history of, you know, the industry? No, we talked about this. You know, there's multiple ways to skin a cat, right? But, you know, I've built a multi-million-dollar company. This is how I did it. You guys get to see me doing it. I'm not sitting behind a desk somewhere talking to you about how I did it. Like, I literally go out in the field every day with you guys, and I show you guys, you know, actionable steps, systems that you can implement that will work for you if you know, if you really apply them. Like, you know, the 5 rounds, for example. You know how many times, guys, I've had, you know, you guys reach out to me and tell me, oh my God, you know, I passed out the 5 around and I picked up 3 customers and it was because of you. Like, this stuff works. Like, I didn't just, you know what I mean? I didn't just, like, you know, like read about this in a blog somewhere. No, this is stuff that works. That I know that works because I've tested it. Been doing it for years and years and years. One of you guys sent me an email about windows, and like I've said multiple times here in the series, you want to make sure you get 10 seconds on a window. Now these bigger doors, right there, you see me shooting right there. These bigger doors, I get 10 seconds on each piece of glass. And then on windows, like let me use this one as an example. I do 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and you guys already know, you know, you want to rinse from the top to the bottom, just like so. All right. Now we're getting rid of some of the solution. Remember, at the end, when you leave the house, when you leave the job, the walls, the windows, and the plants have to be chemical free. Look at that, I'm hitting that this entire wall from here, and you rinse from top to bottom. So yeah, guys, you guys probably didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't really envision, you know, doing series and stuff like that. But so how that came about is because I wanted to create the type of channel that I myself would want to watch. And I thought about, like, I'm gonna change here to fan tip, guys, so we can spray this a little bit from afar, just in case. We know we didn't get anything on it, but you know, better safe than sorry, right? I wanted to create the type of channel that I would want to watch. And well, what were things that I want to watch? Well, I've struggled with equipment and building equipment and maintenance of equipment. That's why, like, I have a lot of videos on that stuff, like how to tune up your equipment, or I did a series where I break down like the certain types of equipment that you should have, or what you should carry in your toolbox. I did an episode where I show you guys how I create my siphon tube. The siphon tube that I put in a chemical. Guys, I do something with my siphon tube that nobody in the industry does. And if you haven't seen that video yet, by the way, episode 14, just search it out, how to create a siphon tube for your chemical tank. And oh, that's looking pretty good right there. She's got some tomatoes. Let's see if you can see it here real good on camera. She's got these tomatoes coming in real nice here, so we don't want to mess with that. I'm gonna tell her to put some leaf grow. That's a really good organic topsoil called leaf grow. Tell your customers about that, guys. You can get it at Lowe's. It's called leaf grow. That stuff is crack for plants. And if you ever have a situation where, you know, you didn't rinse a plant properly and it's looking kind of withered, man, you put some leaf grow on it, water it down for about a good 2-3 minutes, bam, that stuff's like crack for plants. It's called leaf grow. Leaf and then GRO, leaf grow. Make sure you tell your customers about that. All right, so here we go, rinsing. You guys see how, like I was saying about not letting go of the gun. Practice that. Practice not letting go of the gun. That way you'll go faster, and it's going to look a lot more professionals as well. Look at that. Bam. Ooh, there's a little bit of a right there. Now we'll move on to that wall and we'll do the front last. So we got to water these what are these things, junipers, these little trees. I know that one's a holly. I'm not sure if that's a juniper or not, but those little Christmas tree looking things. There you go. Get this window real quick. Ooh, look at that. Tremendous amount of water going up there. So yeah, I was super excited to do the downstreaming series because, guys, like, this is how I built Mr. Bubbles. With the system that I created, the 8-step approach to a house wash, and focusing my first 3 years on becoming a house washing ninja, downstreaming ninja. And then right towards, you know, the end of year 3, I started focusing on other things as I mastered this first. So, you know, I reached the 1,000 house wash at the end, towards the end, the latter part of my 3rd season. It took me 3 years to do 1,000 houses. And by then, you know, the system was already on point, it was already established. And then I started doing things like, you know, roof washing and other things. So, but it wasn't until my 3rd season that really I got into soft washing and started doing a lot of gutter cleaning, other services. I got really heavy into what is that thing called, solar panel cleaning, which we do a lot of. Last year we made $100,000 in solar panel cleaning, and just a little over 300K with gutter cleaning. But for the longest time I didn't do that because I was focused on, again, on just house washing, downstreaming, concrete cleaning. And you saw the woman, she came out to say hi to me. I'm gonna talk to her about doing her driveway. I mean, look at this, guys. Driveway is full of mold. So we're gonna talk to her about doing her driveway. And then, you know, what we might do here is upsell her all the concrete and just touch up that that shed, because the shed, I mean, you guys saw that shed's tiny. It's like 5 feet by 5 feet. I mean, it's like a 25 square foot shed. And to do that roof, you know, it's not going to be, to knock off that what's that thing called, moss on that roof, that's not going to be that big of a deal for us. So we might just throw that in and upsell her, upcharge her, not today, but you know, maybe sometime next week, all the concrete stuff. Ooh, that looks really good right there. Of course, these plants here are acidic. They're not on my list of plants that, you know, are easily affected by the SH. Oh, and by the way, that list of plants, and also, you know, my pricing guideline and all of this stuff is in your Business in a Box. So make sure, you know, you guys pick that up. It's got over 300 before and after pictures and all of you know, all of my blueprints and resources. But I mentioned that because, you know, that's not on that list of finicky plants, but does not matter. Home and plant protection for everything. And there you have it. There you have it. Let's stand to the side here. Oh, that's a lot of water right there. You saw that. It was a good, you know, 2 minutes, 2 minutes of water on those plants. Wow, guys, I can't believe this series is coming to an end already. I really appreciate you guys. Follow the system until you develop your own. That's my best advice for you. Guys, stay tuned for the next 2 episodes. The series is going to be ending by the end of this week that we're in. And then our very next series, I wanted to promote this, is going to be, I'm going to be on vacation for 4th of July week. And then when I come back, I am doing an enclosed, we're going to do a build. Of course, that's an open trailer build, but we're going to do a build together, enclosed trailer. It's going to have soft washing in it, like all the bells and whistles, guys, all of the bells and whistles in it. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because I will, of course, I already have a blueprint for that, but I'm only going to send that out during the series when I start the build. So, because I don't want you guys having a sneak peek on that. And then the other thing I was going to say is, guys, I have tons of resources that I can send to you. Like I mentioned here in this one episode, you know, I can send you my pricing guideline, right? The pricing guideline is very important because it is going to help you, you know, get your pricing right. Remember, it's the #1 mistake that you guys make. #2 thing, agreement. Guys, if you're showing up to somebody's house and you do not have a service agreement, meaning they know what you're doing and how much they're paying for it, and it's specified exactly what it is that you're doing, you're making a huge mistake, and it can cost you a lot of money. So do not do that. Just email me and I'll send you guys our service agreement. Because, and by the way, By the way, guys, I answer all of my emails. It's absolutely the best part of my day is interacting with you guys. So make sure you do send me email, and I will answer every single one of them. Eventually, I do get over 100 emails sometimes a day, so it does take me a couple days, but I will eventually write back to you. And I don't have somebody who does that. Like, I want to do that personally, so you are literally getting an email from me. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.